All right, welcome back. And this is the vblog for developing Landoss 1 in Solidity and in Lua. And in this video, we'll continue to work on the punch card. And what we're trying to do is to get it displayed. And without further ado, let's get started. Oh, actually, I forgot that I forgot to update my intro, you know, because I was working on the type press and I updated the intro and forgot to change it. But anyway, you know where we're at. Well, just for the record, go back there. It should not be those. It should be this. So now that's better. Okay, so to display a card, I need a card first, and so here is Kita. So it is a drawing app, and I'm going to draw something. Right now, you know, I'm really don't care about the you know, how the card looks like, as long as there is a card over here, and we're over here. Good, right? So well, let's say have been enjoying for a long time. So let's just draw something and make that color, and then also I'm going to draw one more layer. So in this layer, I'm going to just draw is change the color. Right. That. Change one more color over here. Okay, so that will be good. This is just look way too terrible. So let's add another layer, and then don't really care. Okay, just do that for now. Okay, so that's our card. Okay, so we are going to export it and do it as a PNG. Let's call it so that should be good enough. And now let's go back to our code. Where do we save it? Yeah. Oh, this guy. Fresh. All right. There you go. So that's our card. Right. How it looks like doesn't really matter. We just need something. Okay. So right, done with this. So now we have that card, and now we need to somehow load it, right? So we need a way to load the card. So what we have here is right now we have this debug room, and it goes in, have a button to go to the card and open it again. Right, we have this, and then the show card, and it goes in a empty screen, which is that, right? Show card, it goes there. So in the list card right now we have nothing, but we have this print card. We get that information. All right, so that is the card from the data level, right? So what we want to do is based on that and display the image. But to get things started, let's say forget about that for a moment. Let's load the image first. So local card image equals to display dot new. So we can take a look at how we get the background image. Right, so we will do the same thing in this scene group. Yeah, let's do that. Scene group, and image and then the dimension. So this is something that we're going to work on. So it was the width, and it's a width and height, and our width is let's say 300 by 200. The actual image over here, this guy, is not that. The dimension is 400 by 600, and I did it that way so that I get more space to work with. So here this is the width first. Yeah, the width, yeah, it should be 200 by 300. Okay, so with that, you want to just set it to, let's just put it at the center first. Okay. So there you go, this is showing up. And in the debug room, when we switch over, we don't really need yes, just make it like that. Right, just show. Okay, so that is showing the card. Right, so now the question is, we will need to start drawing the information we get from the card to there. So let's we call what the card looks like, right? This card looks like this, right? So this is the card. So what we are going to do is in the UI layer, we will figure out a way to get these information. We pass the card information in, and then the result is we get a component, a UI component that is a card that which we can draw and can place on screen, right? So that would call for creating a card at the UI layer. All right, so let's see. Where are we going to get it? We have this idea, we have this code, and then we have recall we have a solo 2D folder. No, end up we did not have that. So let's create a folder. So call it widgets. Okay. So inside widget we have card. Okay. So and then put that over here on the side. And then here we want to show the list card. Okay. So we want to get composer. Well, actually not necessary. We have access to the display already. So we would say again, create a card and then define a function, and let's define a static function. Say we want to load the card. Okay, so the card is the table that we receive over here, and then we want to base on that to get the card. So one of the thing is we have this name, we have the ID. The ID is of course is a better way to do it, but at the same time I don't want to, well, doesn't really matter right now. Let me just do that. I can create a map ID to card image path. Okay, so here I can have 1 equals to image punch.png. Okay, so this, with that I can create this whole thing, right? And then format that. Colon. Oh, like that. Just that would be fine. It's one base. So, and then I also have want to have some constant. So image width equals to 400, and image height equals to 600. Okay. So now the question is this scene group. right? Because this scene group is provided by the scene level. So the question is, do we want to, how do we going to separate the concern? So we want to have the display over here, stay in the UI layer. So what are we dealing with here? We want here is we're getting the data, right? We are getting the data. So essentially I'm just getting, well, I'm getting the data, but at the same time I want to draw it because this is a widget. So I want to have that group pass in. So view group and card. So view group, put this in here, and then this would be the image width and image height. Okay, like that. So card image. Okay, let's do that. And then where it is going to place it is up to us, right? So this can return a function. I should create a new have not do this for 2 days and can't remember now. Because for one thing is this is still all new to me. So let me go to Lua. Yeah. Let's say this is new, and then yeah, I think I can do it like this. Return just card image now, and I can add functions to this class, so that should be fine. So let's do that. And so now here we can use the so this is called data access, and so here let me call, well, let's follow the convention, because all of this, the other folders, the original folder, it provides this Android resources, launch screen, or are both uppercase. So I'm going to follow the same thing. So here is saying widgets dot card. Okay, so then say card widget. So then I want to do it like that. So let's see if this works. Yes, it works. Right, and just in case I want to say add 200, so that there you go. So it is our code. So this is written correctly, and it is working. Okay, now of course, besides this, I want to draw things on it, draw things on this card. Okay, so what I'm going to do. So first of all, let's take a look at the Solar 2D's tutorial or the reference. So let me actually bring it up over here. So Solar 2D API. So now I want to do some this is display and a new rectangle. Well, what we have is new image rectangle, right? And then we want to draw something. Well, actually, let's do this. Let's also draw a circle over here first. Right. Yeah, I think actually that will work. So right, so the parent is this wheel group, and we'll always have a parent. It's not good to keep flashing like this. So and then now here the problem is the center. I don't have the center, so let's fake it for now. And 20. Okay. So that draws that circle over there, right? So that shows, well, in order to really draw the things, we cannot just return an object and let that guy control where to draw it. We actually need to pass the information in so that we can draw the thing that we want. So say 500, and then since now this every time I have to click on the show card, so let's change the logic. By that, so go straightly into this page, so we don't have to do keep on clicking. Because overall we want to be able to move, right? Because the card will be able to move around and things like that. So So let's see, we want to get that object, and then this object we can inherit property shape object, and then fill path. How about the position move? How do I move inherit from display object? Okay, yeah, so you can set the X and Y over here. Right. So the question is, how are we going to control this? Because we want to move all of the UI widget together in one with every UI shape in the same object, move them at the same time, right? So that depends on if we have a getter, which Lua does. Lua does have that information, so have that capability. So local O equals to new object, and now we're going to return O, and then maybe we do need to do some object oriented thing. You know, this is what I'm looking at. What should I do? I can do it like this. Because when I was looking at that, the quote unquote inheritance is kind of messy, which so I don't really want to deal with it. So the question is how to use the metatable in an efficient way. I will think about something like this, so that when the user type in, you know, key some object, you know, change the value, I can capture it and do the things that I wanted to do. Okay. So let's try to create this first. Yeah, there's some show function and all that. That's, yeah, and we want to provide a show function. So return set metatable, and then we will need to test this quite a lot. So we want to supply a index function, and then this would be widget and the key, and then if key let's key equals to X, then let's end, well, else if key equals to Y, then okay, let's take care of these two cases, right? So let's right now keep it simple. Let's say we create these two objects already, and then we want to say cut image.x. Of course, this will be completely wrong. widget and key, and then circle.x equals to widget key, and same thing over here, but in this case it will be y. Okay, so that's that. Did I miss anything? Oh, it's one single word. Okay, that. All right, so let's save that, and then that appears to be getting moved. So because we're doing this, right? If I not saving it, okay, no, it's not being moved. So let's see if we see any debug message. Nope, we didn't see anything. Oh, this is old table and old item and new item. So let's see. X equals to y equals, let's say like that. All right, and then do I get any in out? I did not. I would expect it to at least do something. When it is not available in the table. So this, it should always call though. Second. Why this is not working? It shouldn't be that complicated. Right, it received this table, and then 500, 400. So when you do a set, why I did not get this clean out? Or maybe this only works as a get. Card widget.x. Yeah. No. Nope. I get this 400. So what if I don't supply it? Okay. Now this come in here. I do this. This does not get kicked off because okay, so how I see, so then this to do a get, and then it get into a recursive function. So it go into infinite loop, which I can understand that part. However, so now how to intercept the setter? Is it maybe this is actually the setter? The new index is the setter. So yeah, I don't see a problem here. It's just that I'm not setting the value. Of course, if you want, I can do the same thing. Oh, that's a value. Yeah, maybe this is the setter. No, it's not. Expect to close at 9:12. Hard lure 9:25. Is expect to closed. What did I miss here? This look fine to me. What did I miss? Raw set this. So let's see if there is an example. I don't see any problem here. So let's see what this gives us. Okay, this doesn't give me an error. How about this? But the setter is also not being invoked. Well, over here I did do that. So that is not a setter, although it does receive the new value. It only happens when there's no value. Yeah. How about I call it again? Yeah, I just call it once, and then it set it. Unless if I don't set it, if I don't do this, then it will call every time. Okay. And then the question is why? Yeah. This is expected. So when we set the metatable, we can only set it one at a time, like that. And then let's just try. In function print widget and so on. That overflow. But I didn't set it. So if I don't get that information, let's say pretend this doesn't exist. Oh man, how does it work? What's the error now? Still runtime error? Stack Overflow? Oh, because I'm doing this get. Okay. So that gets 0, but then now the setter is not being set. How about chaining it like this? an X. How do I combine? Define multiple. Because this is one, this close the end function. Okay, I need to run a demo over here. But first, I don't want this example. I want this example. This is not right. On that. What is the problem? That is exactly just like this. Right? Is under underscore index and then create new, let's say even say I do a key 2, right? And I'm missing a right. So that's what I'm missing, because this is a function. Oh boy. Okay, so this get this getter and also get this setter. All right, so as long as I never define it in the in the base class, I will be able to reuse the setter multiple times. Of course, is that a good thing or not? I don't know. However, I will be able to use this to do some real programming. Right, I can do a call over here. Method call using a call statement. Oh, this is calling. I want to call one method though. Is there a way to call a method? Seems like I can't. I have not seen. I want to define a show function. Because if worst come to worst, I can do a show, I can do a move, I can do positioning. It's just kind of a way to moving the widgets around. Instead of doing this getter setter thing. Right. So well, still couldn't, well, still what we have is we're able to draw an image and also draw a circle. We haven't get to the meat of it yet because we still trying to figure out the language, how the language work. And this probably will work, but I don't know if this is the optimal way of doing things. It doesn't look too bad, but you know, I have to go through this a bunch of if statement and do that. That concerns me a little bit. So yeah, of course, you know, if the language is powerful enough, I can always use a key. You know, I can say some kind of table key and then make a call, right? And but the thing is, this is a getter, and I mean, no, actually, yeah, I can use this key and then try to invoke it, make it a self-invoke, but that could be even more complicated because now I have to think about how to pass data and pass parameters in and all that. So it's getting to the edge of very, very messy. Because if the language doesn't support it or doesn't have a nice way to support it, then I'm essentially fighting against the language, right? So yeah, let's stop here. We're still not able to do some meaningful work yet, but let's stop here and continue next time because it's getting late already. But at least, you know, drawing is simple, and from there, and then take one thing that we learned today in this session is that the Solo 2D seems like the you know, this draw code and the other call, like say that create new image is not the same. All right, over here you get a parent file name and width and height, but it doesn't specify the x and y coordinate. You specify it outside, but for the other one you have to specify at the beginning. Of course, quote unquote, I can create it off screen and then move it in, but that just look like a waste, right? When we create it, we should just create it. Of course, well, there would be an effect that you move from outside and then pan the object in and so on, right? But that should be a choice, not a requirement, right? And also about caching, you know, preloading thing. But this is a mobile game where we don't, and right now this is just a 2D thing, so we don't have to worry too much about it, or don't have to think about it that way. And the bottom line is want to have the flexibility, right? We don't want to write something that limit our way to express what we want to express. So given that, then it means we'll need to take a deeper look into the API, and well, we move from there, right? As we're adding more stuff, just like what we did right now. We add the image, is okay, but when we add a circle, now we know we have to put in the coordinate from the beginning. So meaning over here, very likely we need to, if we're going to continue this way, we need to pass this in, right? Or we somehow do it something completely different, right? So yeah, I'll probably think about it a little bit off screen, and once I decide, and then have another session and continue writing this. So well, that's it, and let's again stop here. Thanks for watching, and I will continue next time. Bye bye.